much lower on the ranking. However, has only played 5 matches. So with only 5 matches, he has a 91% win rate, which is honestly absurd. He could be right up there as long as he gets some more matches played, but he's going up against our former reigning world champion here. It should be a really, really fun match.
Yeah, we saw him in whatever it was, 13th place or something, but he's played 5 matches, as you said, which is amazing. Both of these players with 91% win rates, both of them with very long average guess times. That means that they take their time, especially in the moving games. They're looking for information, you know, not rushing their guesses. It is going to be interesting to see, I think, in this match, whether one of them changes their strategy. I would imagine maybe Finbarr might rush his guesses a little more in the moving. Blinky being such an amazing moving player. I mean, they both are, of course, but Blinky, that's what he's known for. I think we might see Finbarr guess a little bit faster on some of these moving rounds, maybe just to try and catch Blinky out a little bit, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll definitely see what he ends up doing because Finbarr is such a good moving player as well. So we'll see if he decides to just try and maybe beat Blinky in the moving game at the exact same play style, I should say. We'll see what ends up happening here as we head right on in to round 1, moving Finbarr versus Blinky. Both players in very, very quick here to the Nusas by the looks of it.
Oh, Blinky has a sign, Kabupaten Sumba Tenga, which means Central Sumba, which is the island that Blinky is on right now. I'm kind of surprised he isn't guessing immediately, but he has found that. And it looks like...
He's got Sumba there on that sign too.
He does, but it also said Timor and Rote, which is a little confusing. But he has the roof, that little roof that Finbarr sees is pretty much exclusive to Sumba Island. But Blinky's going to be a bit closer. No, he's not. Oh, wow.
Wow, Finbarr. Great guess there. Made a little bit more of a region guess, actually, within the island, which ended up actually paying off a bit, I think.
What happened is Blinky might have gotten confused. He saw Sumba Tenga, which is the Central Sumba Regency, but I think what he did was he misremembered where the regencies were, and he clicked in the wrong one, because the one that's called Central is actually fairly west, and I think he might have just misremembered.
That would make sense. Both players into our second round here. They do have a sign, at least Blinky does. We saw Finbarr saw a different sign there. But both players in the similar region by the looks of it, from what I saw them on their zooms.
Yeah, I think they're both scanning for road numbers here. Blinky has a sign, I think, with a small road, and Finbarr, I think, had a little kilometer stone that also had probably the same small road. So I would imagine they might be scanning for the same thing right now. I think he may have it. He's zoomed really far in. 708 is what Finbarr's looking for.
And I don't think he's found it yet, so this could be some good points for Blinky, but I do think they are pretty close to each other. Western Romania. Okay, neither on it. Both quite close. A couple more points down to Blinky's health here. Finbarr's still on flawless. We go into round 3. Off to the races quick here.
Another European round by the looks of it.
Yeah, Finbarr's come across some slower coverage.
Yeah, and again, I think there's an agreement between the players, or even they've disabled fast moving, which means that sometimes the moving's going to feel a little bit more sluggish for the players, but it's in order to level the playing field between the players coming from farther away. Like the Australians are naturally going to have slower moving because of how far away they are from the servers. This looks like Croatia. I agree with the zoom from Finbarr.
Finn's possibly making a region guess.
I think he's got a sign for Zagreb. Oh, they've got the same exact sign here.
Still not too much important information, though. Zagreb, I would imagine, would be on many signs throughout the country. The player's pretty close.
So.
But Blinky's just on it.
Yeah, he might have found the other town on the sign. I'm not sure. But again, Blinky with fairly minimal information, but he's so quick to use it, and it's amazing to see him do that. But so far, both players taking their time, and you know, is Finbarr... Okay, I was thinking he might send instantly, because again, I expected if either of these players were going to change their strategy, it was probably going to be Finbarr. But Finbarr, I mean, he trusts himself. He knows he's a great moving player. He knows he can match up to Blinky, and he's saying, you know, what the heck? Let's do this. Let's go head to head, and I think I can win this.
Blinky just came across a bunch of signs for roads. That could be very helpful here, especially considering Finn has not found any signs yet.
Yeah, this is a case of one player going one way and the other going the other way. Blinky definitely a little bit more fortunate with the signage he's found. He knows he's along Interstate 22 in Alabama. Finbarr has an area code. I don't know if he knows them, but if he doesn't, he might not get the state, which could have major implications here.
Yeah, he's still in North... Oh, he moves to South Carolina, so he's going to be a little bit closer, but Blinky's going to be probably right on it. Yep, he is. That's big damage. 2.5 times multiplier. That brings Finbarr to less than 2,000 health.
We just see that consistency from Blinky. Just, it's so hard to get points off of him, and when you go down by this much, it's so hard to get those points back. We'll see what Finbarr can do, but Blinky just so strong and so consistent. They're in Indonesia again. Honestly, to me, it looks kind of like a similar area, possibly to the first Indonesia round we had.
I agree. It's pretty dry.
A bit more west. Hard to say. Both are going to be looking for a Regency, Kabupaten. That's what you do in moving in Indonesia, but... Oh, and here we go. Blinky... Oh, it's blurred. He's got it, though.
He sees it. Oh, he knows the town.
Yeah, it's the eastern end of Madura Island. And I would expect both players know their Kabupaten, but Blinky's found one and Finbarr has not, so this might end the game. He is in East Java, so he may survive.
Yeah, but Blinky's probably right there on it. Yeah, he's just so close. Finding the information he needs.
Wow.
And he takes him out on round 5. We go on to no move.
And this is exactly why I thought Finbarr might try the strategy change. Because if you're gonna change your strategy against anyone, Blinky's probably the guy to do it against. Blinky, known as probably the best moving player in the world. And, well, he showed exactly why right there.
He sure did. I think we're going to even the playing field a bit now going into no move. We will see. But Finn didn't play too bad. It's just those last couple rounds with the multis, Blinky finding the better signs, paid off.
I think generally Finbarr got pretty unlucky. I mean, the US round I think was pretty much just 50-50 which way you went, and he just happened to go the wrong way. Maybe the Indonesia he could have done a little better or fixated on better signs or something, but yeah. I think fairly unlucky from Finbarr, but he knows he's still in this. I think the no move should be very, very evenly matched.
I think so too. I think this definitely evens us out. This is a hard round though. We have a Czechia guess possibly from Finbarr, but really we're just getting a couple houses, some mountains, some grass, some trees. Blinky yet to open the map here. Less than 10 seconds left. He's going Czechia too.
Yeah, I like it with the architecture that we see. Wow.
And Finbarr, right there.
What a guess from Finbarr. I mean, we're just in the middle of a field with a couple of mountains and a couple of buildings, and he's 17 kilometers away.
Crazy
Amazing
impressive.
Start. Here we go. More rural. Probably Europe again.
Yeah, I would agree. Should be, but yeah, hard. We're getting these rural rounds, just trees, and not much else to go off of. You got a little bit of a bridge there. Finbarr thinking Germany with a quick plonk, but not a lock. Blinky yet to follow.
Yeah, I wonder. Let me just quickly check something. The average guess time in no move for Finbarr is about 38 seconds, and for Blinky it's about 36. It's about even. I was thinking we were seeing Finbarr zoom in earlier, and I was thinking maybe he had a quicker average guess time, but I think maybe even though he zooms in earlier and gives us an idea of what he's thinking, he still kind of just leaves his pin there and just thinks about it a little longer, whereas Blinky just kind of thinks and then puts the pin down more at the end.
The time is up and the guesses are in. Finn moved off it, actually. He was in Germany most of that entire round, and then last second switched over to Czechia. I think has a bit of a hedge, actually, kind of by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But still closer, but just a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
up closer in the wrong country. That's the way to do it.
Bull naming.
Okay,
Quick.
so we have U.S. round here. I like the Oregon guess. We have wide center road lines, which are found in Oregon and Washington, as well as some states in the South. But with this landscape, eastern Oregon and Washington are definitely the most likely options here. It looks like both players know that.
Yeah, they're both there. Shouldn't see too many points again, but Finbarr trying to line up a road here. We'll see if he can. I assume Blinky will try and do the same. Yep, seems like he's looking for maybe something that lines up, but hard. Not a lot of information to go off if you've just got the road, so if one of them gets the road here, would be very impressive.
That would be impressive. I mean, there are a lot of roads in the U.S., and this one doesn't look like a particularly large one, so I would be very impressed if
It would
somebody's
be,
on the
yeah.
road.
It would be pretty insane. We'll see. We should just see two pretty good region guesses here, and we should go to round 4. Let's take a look. Finbarr ends up being a little bit closer, but both right there, really. So it's just going to be a little more health down to Blinky. Finbarr holding flawless going into round 4.
Yeah, excellent guesses from both there. They knew their Oregon clues, and they made really good region guesses. Again, we're going to see very few mistakes from either of these players. At least big mistakes. They're so consistent.
Round 4, we got a Kenya by the looks of it. Again, we're looking at no information, lots and lots of rural stuff here in this no move game so far. So really just these impressive region guesses that we're seeing. We'll see if they can pull it off again. Finbarr ends up moving a little bit east of Nairobi, considering farther south. Blinky yet to make a plonk yet. We'll see where he goes.
Yeah, I like the south/east guess. The thing is, like, northern Kenya can often look quite similar to eastern and southern Kenya, but I think I would agree that this looks maybe east or south of Nairobi, possibly southwest. Looks like both players, they're not sure, but I think they have similar ideas. Yeah.
Both just a little bit southeast. It's just
North.
north Nairobi. But again, such similar guesses. You can see him thinking so similarly. But Finbarr keeps just out-hedging him by a little bit. And he still holds flawless here, and we're on round 5.
Speaking of wide lines, this is going to be the south. So we said we get these widely spaced road lines in Oregon and Washington, but you see them in Texas and also I think Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, a couple other states in the south. You see them as well. Here we have these really tall pine trees. This sort of reddish soil is much, much more characteristic of the south. Finbarr thinking Texas. Blinky also now in Texas, which makes sense. We also have this pavement here, which is very sort of grainy, almost salt and peppery, which is another really good clue for Texas.
Both players pretty far east here, which makes sense because it's more green too.
Yep.
Guess
If it's going to be in
from
Texas,
Blinky.
it's got to be east. Yep.
And Finbarr is just so close every time, even though Blinky's right there with him. I mean, it's almost like if Blinky was playing anybody else right now, he would probably be winning. There's a
think he
good
would.
chance. But Finbarr just keeps slightly out-hedging him. It's so impressive.
Yeah, we'll see if he can keep doing it, but the consistency from both players so far has been amazing. This is Bangladesh. Blinky's one of the best moving Bangladesh players in the world. He reads Bengali very well, and he knows a lot of subdivisions and things, but No Move's a bit of a different game. Finbar's in Tripura. Oh my gosh, I love that. We'll see if he actually stays there, the India hedge, but...
I would love him to pull an Amen again.
Blinky, very specific zoom here. Like, he's quite far southeast. I'm not sure what's making him think that it's all the way down there, but I would believe it.
Could definitely be possible. The time is running out now. Blinky puts the guess in. Finn to follow. Nope, Blinky right there on it. Finally the comeback he needs with 3.5 times damage. That's going to be a huge hit to Finbarr's health, actually.
Doesn't even matter that Finbarr won the first 5 rounds. Blinky staying consistent, making a great Bangladesh guess, and he takes the lead in 1 round.
We do go into round 7 in, Sweden by the looks of it, I guess. The players are zooming in quick here.
Yep.
I do like that.
Yeah, we have sort of rocks along the side of the road, which work quite well for sort of a lot of the northern and western parts of Sweden. See, I mean, there's pretty similar guesses, but Finbarr again. Wow.
Finn, this is cinema. I don't know what to say.
He's won 6 out of 7 rounds and he's still behind.
That is crazy, actually. It's such a close game, though. Blinky just with that one Bangladesh really put him ahead here, but Finbarr has evened it out. Not too big of a point difference. On round 8, 4.5 times multiplier. These rounds are going to be really huge. We could see game enders here, but we do have a bit of a sign here, which is going to be really helpful, especially for Blinky. He has so much memorized, but these do look like pretty small. It's pretty small towns.
Tiny. Yeah, I mean, Stord, Lufthafen, Stord is going to be a town, but it could be like super tiny. Like he probably is scanning for it, but yeah, I'd be surprised if either of them finds this. And I think they're probably just going to have to make a region guess. But it looks like currently Finbarr's a bit more south. He's more towards Stavanger, so that could be fairly significant. Blinky also thinking of going in Oslo. We'll see.
See if it moves it. Yeah, the 2 plonks are not too far apart from each other. Just Finbarr farther south. Oh, Blinky, right there. 4.5 times multiplier, that's going to be a hit. It shouldn't kill him, though. That does take him less than half health, though. Our reigning world champ, Blinky, is looking poised to possibly take this entire matchup here if he wins this next round.
Oh, boy. Jember, okay, he immediately sees that. That's going to tell Finbarr that there's info, but can he find it? Oh, boy.
Wait, Finbarr. Finbarr hasn't found the sign. There it is.
Jember. Does he know where it is? Does he remember?
He doesn't know. It's like Jakarta.
It's gonna be game.
That's gonna be it. That town name knowledge, all those little things. Blinky knows them too well, and even after Finbarr started off so amazingly, winning every single round, it